Looks like simple pulse width modulation. Old school, like Morse code.
It starts quietly. No explosions, no aliens descending from the sky. Just a dark, cloudy night, and a sound we don't understand. In the opening minutes of Pluribus, Vince Gilligan, the mind behind Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, builds something far more terrifying than a monster or an apocalypse. He builds a mystery, because before the virus, before the hive mind, before the smiling faces took over the world, there was a signal. A message that traveled 600 light years through the void of space to reach Earth. And hidden in those 4 opening minutes are clues, breadcrumbs, about where this story is going, and maybe even what the virus really is. Let's break it down. The night the signal arrived, aerial shot, storm clouds swirling above an empty desert, lightning flashes. Then, silence. The first thing Pluribus shows us is the sky, not the people, not the planet. The sky. It's late at night, and a countdown appears on screen. 439 days, 19 hours, 56 minutes, and 9 seconds. What does that mean? Time since the signal? Time until impact? Or maybe a clock counting down to humanity's transformation? Vince Gilligan doesn't tell us. Not yet. But it's his first breadcrumb. That number will matter later. As the camera tilts down, we see a massive radio telescope, one of many, aimed toward the stars. These are the ears of Earth, listening for voices in the dark. Then the headlights flash in the distance. A pickup truck speeds down a dirt road, kicking up clouds of dust. The driver is in a hurry, because something impossible has just happened. When the truck pulls up, a man is already waiting. He's wearing a sweater and glasses, visibly shaking with excitement. You can tell immediately he's seen something no human has ever seen before. It's this friggin', wide. The 2 men meet in front of a small shack near the telescopes. The driver is skeptical. The sweater man, let's call him Dr. Howard, since we don't yet know his name, insists he's found something huge. It's this friggin', wide, Howard replies, holding his fingers apart, grinning like a man on the edge of discovery. He's describing the signal, wide, periodic, and repeating. Something structured, not random. Something intelligent. They rush inside the small research hut, where a laptop glows in the darkness. On the screen, waves, pulses, and data scrolling in real time. Howard whispers the detail that changes everything. Every 78 seconds. Every 78 seconds, the signal repeats. Exactly. Perfectly. Like a heartbeat from across the galaxy. The Morse code clue. As dawn breaks, we see more scientists crowd into the hut, coffee in hand, eyes wide with exhaustion and disbelief. Whatever this signal is, it hasn't stopped. They try to explain it away. Maybe it's radio interference, maybe it's reflection off the moon, maybe it's forest rangers. But then a woman at the laptop notices something strange. The signal looks like Morse code, and that's where things start to feel wrong. Because Morse code isn't just random noise, it's language. It's communication. Somebody or something is trying to say something. And if that's true, then whoever sent this message knows about us. The 600 light-year revelation. As the scientists decode bits and pieces, Howard reveals that the signal originated from 600 light-years away. To put that in perspective, if the signal was sent today, it wouldn't reach us until the year 2625, meaning whoever sent it, if they're still alive, sent it centuries ago. Or it means we're listening to a message from the past. But think about it. A signal traveling through space at light speed isn't just communication, it's time travel in reverse. It's a voice from long before humanity even built telescopes, reaching us now, like a ghost whispering through the void. And if this transmission isn't random, that means someone or something knew we'd be here to hear it. That's the kind of cosmic paranoia Pluribus thrives on. It's not just asking, are we alone? It's asking, how long have they known we're here? The 4 frequencies. When the team splits the signal across its bandwidth, they make another chilling discovery. It's transmitting on 4 frequencies at once. Why does that matter? Because in nature, random signals don't split like that. It's the difference between noise and design. Imagine someone sending you 4 separate phone calls, each playing one note of a melody. You'd only understand the message if you combined all 4. That's what the scientists are facing here. A message split into 4 parts, like a code that can't be understood until every piece is aligned. And that number 4 might not be accidental. In Pluribus, there are constant references to duality, reflection, and unity. The title itself, Pluribus, meaning many, suggests connection. But connection has to come from separation. 4 signals could represent the 4 pillars of consciousness: emotion, logic, instinct, and unity. It's a poetic way of saying that this message isn't just scientific, it's spiritual. I think I know what it is. As the day stretches on, more vehicles appear outside the site. Word has spread. Something extraordinary is happening in that desert. Inside, the atmosphere shifts. The scientists aren't just curious anymore. They're afraid. The chatter fades, replaced by an uneasy silence. Outside, Howard and the truck driver toss a baseball back and forth, trying to act normal. It's the calm before the storm. Then Howard stops. He stares at the ground. A realization dawns on his face. "I think I know what it is," he says. Cut to black. End of clip. 4 minutes. No aliens. No action. Just tension, curiosity, and one line that changes everything. What the signal might really be. So, what is it? Let's unpack the breadcrumbs hidden in this opening. At first glance, it's easy to assume Pluribus begins as a traditional alien contact story. But if you've seen Vince Gilligan's work, you know he doesn't tell simple stories. He tells metaphors. In Breaking Bad, meth wasn't just a drug, it was the embodiment of power and corruption. In Pluribus, the signal isn't just a message, it's the beginning of infection. Here's the theory. What if the signal is the virus? Not in a physical sense, but as a blueprint. The scientists in that lab don't know it yet, but when they decode the message, they're not just translating it, they're creating it. We've already seen in later episodes that the virus in Pluribus was formed when scientists transformed an alien RNA signal into DNA and tested it on rats. That moment, the first rat bite, is the birth of the apocalypse. So this opening isn't just setting the stage. It's showing us the first sin. Human curiosity turned into self-destruction. The hidden symbolism of the scene. Let's look at the symbolism Gilligan hides in these moments. The dark clouds. The episode opens on an overcast sky, heavy with storm energy. It's not just weather, it's foreshadowing. Something vast is brewing above humanity. Unseen, but unstoppable. The countdown timer. The timestamp that flashes across the screen might represent the moment of full transformation, the exact time it takes for Earth to become one. It could even mark the duration between signal reception and total infection. The red taillights. As the pickup truck speeds toward the telescope, the only color in the darkness is red, the color of danger, of warning, of life pulsing through veins. It's as if the Earth itself is bleeding toward discovery. The baseball toss. The scene of 2 men casually throwing a baseball amid cosmic revelation is classic Gilligan. It's human triviality against the backdrop of something divine. They're trying to cling to normality while standing on the edge of evolution. Each detail reinforces a single theme. Humanity is too small for what it's about to uncover. The X-Files connection, the show's DNA, no pun intended, is deeply rooted in Gilligan's X-Files past. The entire tone, the desert setting, the cryptic dialogue, the sense of wonder mixed with dread, feels like a spiritual successor to episodes like Little Green Men or Paperclip. But unlike the X-Files, which asked, what if aliens are watching us? Pluribus asks something far darker. What if they've already changed us? This opening clip is less about contact and more about contamination. Once the signal arrives, everything that follows, the virus, the hive mind, the smiling faces, can be traced back to this single moment. It's the original infection. Why this scene matters. You might wonder, why spend 4 minutes on scientists and telescopes before the story even begins? Because Pluribus isn't about a virus that spreads through saliva or touch. It's about information. The virus in this world doesn't just exist biologically, it exists conceptually. It's an idea that spreads the same way memes do, or beliefs, or faith. The signal is just the carrier. By showing us the moment of discovery, Gilligan's warning us. Knowledge itself can be infectious. Curiosity can be fatal. This scene is the perfect metaphor for humanity's greatest strength and greatest flaw. We can't stop asking questions, even when the answers destroy us. Foreshadowing in dialogue, listen closely to what the scientists say. It's periodic. Right pointing arrow suggests rhythm, pattern, or even music. Could the signal be a song? A harmony meant to synchronize minds? Every 78 seconds. That number recurs throughout Pluribus. Later, infected individuals blink or breathe in that same rhythm, 78 beats per minute, the pulse of the hive mind. It's split across 4 frequencies. Right-pointing arrow, later, humanity splits into 4 factions: the fully infected, the partial resistors, the immune, and the zealots, who worship the virus as divine. Vince Gilligan isn't just showing us a lab scene. He's planting the DNA of the entire story in its first moments. The real horror, the genius of this opening is how ordinary it feels. There's no monster in the sky, no alien invasion, just people doing their jobs, geeking out over data. But beneath that excitement is horror. Because Pluribus shows us that the apocalypse doesn't begin with chaos, it begins with wonder. That's the quiet terror of the show. Humanity will smile its way into extinction, one discovery at a time. What comes next when Pluribus premieres? It promises to answer the questions this opening teases, but not all of them. Who sent the signal? Why was it encoded as RNA? And was it ever meant for us? Some theories suggest the signal was a test, a cosmic experiment to see how advanced civilizations respond to temptation. Others think it's an invitation, a way for other species to join a universal consciousness. And the darkest theory? That it's self-replicating AI from a long-dead civilization, a digital ghost searching for new biological hosts. Whatever the truth, these first 4 minutes aren't just a teaser. They're a prophecy. They tell us everything we need to know, if we're willing to listen. Final thoughts. The beauty of doom. Soft music swells. The radio static returns. In the end, Pluribus opens not with fear, but fascination. It's humanity at its most curious, its most innocent, and its most doomed. The telescopes don't just point toward the stars, they point toward our destiny. Because somewhere out there, 600 light years away, something looked back, and it smiled.